Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host today, Tiger DeMello, and today we are joined by another distinguished guest. Lola Reiser, who is the Southern Communications spokesperson, is joining us this morning, so thank you so much for joining us here on the forum today.
No problem.
And you're here to talk about the 27th Women's Expo.
Yes.
So why don't you tell me a little bit more about that, as this is the 27th one. It's taking place Friday, March 20th and Saturday, March 21st, right?
It's actually March 21st and 22nd.
22nd.
At the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center. The 27th Expo, for something to last 27 years. We are so thrilled that the community has supported us so much in making this possible. It's that kind of spring breakout expo where people can get out, the weather is going to be warmer, and we have a lot of local small businesses. We also have a ton going on over those 3 days. It's going to be great.
All right, so tell me a little bit more about what's going on all of those 3 days. Is there certain events for each day?
Yes. Well, on the Thursday, the 20th, we are having a mixer with our partners at the Beckley-Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce. And people are invited just to kind of come and visit and be a part of kind of the kickoff celebration that's going to happen on that Thursday evening from 5 to 7. And tickets are available through our website for that at womanwv.com. And then the expo itself will be 1 to 7 on Friday and 10 to 5 on Saturday.
Okay, now how does the Women's Expo impact the community?
We have a lot of small businesses. This is a selling expo. So this is an opportunity for people who handcraft products, or they have, a small business. They're not a big box store that can set up. Last year we had over 15,000 people come through over the course of 2 days. Mm-hmm. So for a small business to be able to be in front of that many people, that is a great way for them to be able to expand their reach. And also, we've got a lot of people that come in, they travel from out of the areas, so our hotels, our restaurants, everybody benefits.
Now, does it impact the community in other ways too? Does the funding go to support a certain cause? Does the funding go back into the community? How does that work out? It
goes back into the community. Of course, our company is a small business as well with Southern Communications. Even though people think we're a lot larger than we are the only locally owned and operated radio company in Southern West Virginia. And that's something that we are very, very proud of. Mm-hmm. So we are boots on the ground involved in our community. So events like these allow us to support other organizations during the year, like our Stuff the Bus event. We recently had a Buck and Doe photo contest that was spectacular. Back in February, we had the finals for that. So there's a lot of things that become possible through this expo.
All right. Now, this expo, again, started 27 years ago.
Yeah.
How did this expo even start?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So one of our anchor stations, 105.9 WTNJ, was the initial catalyst to start the expo. And I remember I was not with the station at that time, but I went to the very first expo, and it was one room. It was like one conference room. It started with maybe 25, 30 vendors. But what was great about it is that you saw these wonderful human beings with their crafts, with their with the things that they had made. It was everything from food products to quilting to whatever it was. Plus, you also had some local businesses, schools, trade schools, that kind of thing. And from there, it just kind of grew because there were so many people that came out. Again, these expos, these types of events are not possible without the community support. And so with that support and success, it has just grown. Now we take over the entire convention center from the arena floor all the way up to all of the conference rooms on the far side. We got people in the hallways. I mean, a lot of people want to be a part of this expo, and a lot of people come to the expo, and just to see it, to have something last that long is an achievement in itself, but it can't be done without our vendors and our community supporting it.
Now, you mentioned too that you were at the very first expo as a visitor, but what is it like seeing how it went from the very first one to seeing how it is now?
It's mind-blowing. It really is, because the mission of the Women's Expo was to showcase products designed for women. It has expanded now to families. It's called the Women's Expo, but it's a family expo. Everyone is welcome. And to be able, I kind of look at it sometimes as a reunion, because there are people that, you know, they travel in from out of the area, and this is the only time I ever get to see them is at the Women's Expo. And when you open those doors and you see the people come in and the excitement on their faces, because, you know, they're going to find something different, something handmade or something personalized. You know, they're very excited to explore everything that all of our vendors have to offer.
All right, now you mentioned too that this was originally for women, and I was going to ask you about this as well. Yeah. So you said it also evolved from women to families and stuff. How did that evolution take place?
Just by sheer growth. That was something that people were asking to be a part of this expo. So we made more room, we made more room, and it's just continued to grow like that. One of the things that, while, you know, we, March is Women's Month, Women's Health Month. So it's great placement for that. So we do have some things that are tailored towards women's health, which we're very excited about this year. And then, but also, it's a full family event. When you got the Easter Bunny, you got Spider-Man. We're in negotiations with Bigfoot right now to be a part of it. So it's something that everybody's going to get something from home repair, which is not just for men anymore. Home repair, ways to, you know, spruce up your garden. There's a lot of spring decor that's going to be there. So I mean, it's just a way everybody's going to find something.
All right, that's exciting. So, how does someone go about with organizing this type of event? Again, it's been around for 27 years, almost 3 decades at this point, and you keep saying that it just keeps expanding and growing each year. I imagine that brings new challenges every time people go about with organizing this event.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just finding a spot, which right now, I mean, with all the weather, we do still have a few vendor spaces available. So if somebody is interested in being a vendor, they can visit womanwv.com, and all the information is right there, womanwv.com, as far as being a part of the expo. Logistically, we have a great team. We do. Our staff, it is we call it an all hands on deck. It doesn't matter what department that you are in. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Everybody is there, and we all have our roles to play, and we come together as we've got it down. We're a pretty well-oiled machine pulling this off.
That's impressive, especially because it's been around for such a long time. So I imagine it's almost second nature at this point.
It is. I mean, it wouldn't be a live event without a hiccup here or there. You know, it happens. But we just kind of try to roll with it, and and still make it a fun event for everybody.
All right. Now, how does this have the ability to continue to come back each year? Again, as you said, it's very impressive to have an event in the community for this long and it keeps just coming back stronger than ever. So how does it have that ability?
You know, that's the success of our vendors. They see it as a way to get their products in front of a lot of people over the course of 2 days, and to make connections with other vendors and have partnerships. I mean, we have some vendors that have actually gone into business or partnered with other vendors at other events just because they complement each other so well. They like to be side by side because when one benefits, they both benefit. So having that excitement from our vendors, and we pretty much open the next year's registration right after this one closes. So it's a pretty quick turnaround to reserve your space, your spot. And we work on it year round. All of our events we work on year round.
All right, so you never really get a break from that, huh?
No, it's always around, but I mean, honestly, it could be worse, right?
And I mean, it's a privilege to organize some type of event like this.
Yes.
Now, is there anything special or unique about this year's Expo?
Oh my goodness. Something that we have coming to this year's Expo is something from one of our sponsors, Vandalia Health. And it is going to be exclusively at the Women's Expo that weekend. It is their new mammogram bus. They are putting a portable mammogram unit on the streets, which is, you know, so exciting, especially when it comes to women's health and being able to have access to what some people might take for granted.
Yeah.
A simple procedure is a lot harder for some people. It could be travel. It could be, they feel it's not financially feasible for them, but they are going to be kind of debuting this bus at the Women's Expo, which we are super excited to be the place where that's coming out. I mean, a portable mammogram bus for Southern West Virginia.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's a game changer.
Now,
it really is.
Real quick too, do people have to pay or bring insurance to this mammogram bus?
Oh, okay. It's a display unit at this point, so people can come in and explore. And I do believe that they are going to be making reservations and letting people know how they can be a part of it.
All right, so why don't you tell everyone again how they can get the information they need about this event before we start wrapping up for our break?
Okay. Again, you would want to go to the website womanwv.com, and all of the information is right there on the homepage of the website. If you are wanting to be a vendor, just hit the exhibitors tab, and it will take you and let you know exactly what we have available, either on the arena floor or on the conference center side.
Awesome, thank you so much, and we'll be right back with more. Welcome back to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum. This week we are again talking to Ms. Lola Reiser, who's a spokesperson for Southern Communications, excuse me. So before the break we were talking about how this year's Women Expo has something very special about it, a mammogram bus by Vandalia Health.
Right. And it will be exclusively at the Expo that weekend, giving families a chance to explore what this new offering is. I mean, to have portable health care for women in Southern West Virginia is groundbreaking, and we are very excited that they are going to be with us. They're going to be there both days. You can walk through the bus, you can look at everything there, visit with people, and find out more about how to get it in your community. because of course it's a bus. That's the whole point. Bring it to where you are, and make sure that that preventive care is there for women.
All right. Now, something else, you said that is there anything else that's very special about this year's Expo?
This year's Expo, we have so many wonderful people that are going to be with us, and we're very, very excited. Of course, we have, the Easter Bunny is going to be there, so we invite all the kids to come out and get their picture with the Easter Bunny. That is free, by the way. We do not charge for those photos at all. We have a photographer there that does that. Then we have Spider-Man, who's always a fun draw. And this year, our Beckley Bigfoot, who came out for our hunting and fishing show back in February, and he was a huge hit, as Bigfoot often is. So he'll be making appearances throughout the weekend as well. Plus, we're going to have the Wheel of Winning, which is something you can do free as well. We've got this giant spin wheel, and it's going to have everything from cash to concert tickets to all kinds of stuff on there. So it's gonna be great.
Now, is it also free to enter?
It's $5 for adults, and kids 12 and under get in free.
All right. Do you have to pay at the door or buy a ticket online?
You would pay at the door, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys try to do something unique and or special new every year you guys host the Expo?
We really do try to do something. Of course, it's very much coordinated with what's going on with the weather. We've tried to do more, outdoor things, but the weather is can be that Mother Nature. This year has been a bit cantankerous for us to deal with. So for us this year, the bus and having the opportunities for families. We have some wonderful sponsors that are going to be new this year. So you're going to get your health screenings. You're going to be able to find out about contracting and fixer-ups and everything from A to Z in your life. There will be somebody at the Expo. And we have a lot of new vendors that are bringing new products. So no two Expos are the same overall. I mean, we have some great local artisans that are coming to the Expo for the first time. And then we have those veterans that wouldn't miss it for anything.
Now, you mentioned earlier, too, that you have a lot of different vendors that come to this event. Last I heard is that you guys had around 150 vendors this year. How do you guys get so many?
We squeeze them in every possible place. We hate saying no to people. I mean, we get those notes. It's like we'll put up that a certain section has sold out, and then there's 4 or 5 people who are like, but I wanted to be there, So we have a waiting list actually for certain areas of the conference center area, so that we try to accommodate as many people as we can, and it can get a little crowded. That's for sure.
Now, you mentioned earlier, too, that some people can still sign up to be a sponsor, but if someone wants to see about a vendor for this year, or if they want to sign up to be a vendor for next year, how would they go about that?
All you have to do is go to womanwv.com. We have made it very, very simple. You fill out an exhibitor form and submit that right there. It can be done on your phone. It can be done online, on your computer. You can also just reach out to our offices. And that's 304-253-7000. You can leave a message there and somebody would get back to you. But the easiest, most efficient way is to go through our website at womanwv.com.
Now, I mean, you've mentioned that there's been a myriad of different type of businesses at this event, but what businesses can sign up to be vendors?
Anybody. Literally anybody can sign up to be a vendor. If you've got a hobby craft at your home, you could be a vendor. If you're a box store, you can be a vendor. It literally runs the gamut of people that are going to be there. I mean, we've got education people, we have mortgage people, we have home finance, fixer-uppers, cleaning products, health and wellness, of course. Give you a chance to get your blood pressure taken, which is, most of us on staff get that done at some point. When I say that you will find literally everything, you will find everything at the expo. And it's it would be extremely rare for us to turn somebody away. Extremely rare. So say if you want to be a part of it, it's affordable. It is not something that's going to break a bank, because we know small businesses, every penny counts. And we will work with you on that.
How much is it typically, or is there like a normal price range for people to sign up to become a vendor at this event?
Well, it really depends on the size of the booth. Okay. I mean, we have everything from an 8x8, which all of our 8x8s are sold out. We have a very few 10x10s, maybe a couple 10x20s. So it just depends at that point. And all we ask is for a 50% deposit based on the rate and size.
All right. Now, what is something that you want everyone to take away from this year's Women's Expo?
Something I would want everyone to take away is that we did it for them. We did it for the vendors. We do this for the vendors. We do this for the community, giving small businesses the opportunity to shine, to be able to be in the forefront, and have their products that they work so hard on and that they're so proud of in front of a lot of people over 2 days. And that for the community, we appreciate you guys so much for being a part of this, because something like the Expo, I remember one of the original coordinators, her name was Sharon Dickinson, and her whole phrasing was "see you at the Expo," and she meant that with all of her heart. So we will see you at the Expo.
Why do you feel that this event is so important for small businesses? I know that you said that this gets a lot of eyes on them too. I'm sure there's other ways that it impacts these small local businesses.
Well, I mean, when you think about, a lot of these guys have Facebook pages, they have their online shops, and fighting an algorithm is becoming a very large topic right now. So we're removing that barrier. This is a great place for them. A lot of the vendors who are just wanting to expand their reach will have people sign up, like their page, register to win a prize. And of course, those vary based on everything from baskets to maybe a wreath or something like that. But this is a way for them to physically impact the community. They're not having to worry if they boosted something enough that, it got them to the people that they needed, and it resulted in actual cash coming in. They're going to make money at this expo. It's just, it's something that it's not a flea market. It's more than that. It's a chance for these businesses to take it to the next level and actually come face to face with their customer. And that is great feedback for the vendor, because they're going to know, okay, I can do this better. I need more of this. I sold out of that real quick. Well, I'm going to have to bring more of that tomorrow. I mean, we've had people say, well, I've got to go home and make some more stuff so I can bring it tomorrow, because if people see a product that they like, they will buy it.
Now, what is it like being a part of something like this?
Oh, so rewarding. It really is. You see the smiles on the faces. I mean, you think about it, it's timed right after probably the worst winter that we've had in a while, you know. So I think back to the history of West Virginia, where a lot of times, you know, people would hibernate in their respective hollers. And when the snows came, you'd better have been prepared, you know, stocking up on goods and supplies. But once things started to break and the community was able to come out and get out of their homes and get back into town, as it were, I feel it's a continuance of that tradition. You know, this is a time for our community to come together. And you know, whether you buy anything or not, it's almost you know, it's almost irrelevant when it comes to engaging with people after being cooped in a lot over the last 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, thank you again for so much for joining us here on our community forum. Why don't you tell everyone just one last time how they can get any information that they would like to know about this Expo?
Yeah, absolutely. And if it's all right, I would like to thank some of our sponsors that we have for the Expo, WellPoint, as well as WVU Medicine, Princeton Community Hospital, Access Health, of course, Charleston Area Medical Center, Vidalia Health, Pioneer Community Bank, Little General, True Line Contracting, Rock West Medical, and Appalachian Regional Hospital.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
and again,
you.
you guys can go to the website that's on your screen for more information. But thank you again so much for joining us here for this week's ABC4 Community Forum.
Thank you so much for having me.